Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Hunter: The Reckoning, Bad Blood. Sorry, I'm just catching up on chat. Yes, I believe we marked down the advantages granted to me. Thank you so much for that. Because I feel like last episode, if you haven't caught up, first of all, head over to YouTube. Go right now. Hit that subscribe button. Check out episode 6. See how poor that poor vampire did. How poorly they rolled. If only they had more advantages compared to all of these mean hunters that came and picked on him. Hey, why don't we do some introductions? Ed, you go first this time.
Yep, so my name is Ed. I stream occasionally as Neuromaster on Twitch. This evening I'll be playing Billy the Hunter, the ex-cop. Really stoked to be back here playing Hunter. I feel like we got out just with the skin of our teeth last time, so looking forward to seeing where it goes from here. Let me kick it over to Ryan.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ryan. I wasn't here last time, which was really unfortunate. I'm sorry I missed it, but I'm excited to see how much shock my character is in based upon trauma. Jason.
Yeah, I'm Jason. Tonight I'll be playing Peter, aka Alex, aka whatever. A little bit of paranoid explosives expert who got to burn some stuff down last episode. And, we'll see how it goes tonight.
Nice.
I'll turn it over to Jer.
So, Jer is going to be playing not only everyone else that are NPCs, but also Carly and Sid's characters, Ray and Mari. They had things that had to go on tonight, so sending them all of our love, and I hope that they're doing well, and hopefully their characters make it, because I dislike killing characters when their players aren't in the room. Anyway, on that note, let's do a quick recap as the 5 of you are speeding away from a abandoned bowling alley that is being rapidly consumed by fire. Rewinding time a little bit, you had gone there with Ray, Sid's character, to test out whether or not this maybe mystical effect that his blood was having on vampires, which when they were exposed to it, so far you've only seen it when they bite him, when they try to drink his blood. It acts almost like sunlight. It reduces them to a pile of, I believe we called it goopy ash. And things went a little sideways. Maybe when faced with the horror that was a not level 1 vampire, I believe is how Ray expressed it, things seemed a little more intimidating than he first thought, and therefore a fight broke out where he attempted to keep as much of his blood as possible. He did end up being not bit, but kind of scratched by the teeth of the Nosferatu vampire that was lying, not in wait, but just, it was just there. It's on holiday out here in California. It was just waking up in its bed and breakfast, and you all broke in, killed the wait staff. Wait, this is a Wednesday. You aren't the bad guys. All right, yeah. So you managed to defeat the not only the vampire, but the minions, the kind of cultish following that seemed to watch over the place, act as guardians, and the couple of ghouls that were amongst their number. So, with that, again, 3 of you find yourselves in 3 separate vehicles. Billy, you are in the passenger seat of the very plush black SUV that is revving down the road. It's not speeding yet. You're trying to keep D calm after his kind of breakdown that he had during the fight. Let's see, I feel like I need some different music for this, so let's go over here. Okay. As D, you're driving away, you're just like soaking with sweat. Your nerves are frayed. Your hands are trembling, but you've got them gripped around the steering wheel, white knuckling it. You're looking at the speedometer, and you're looking at the car in front of you where this blonde woman is taking her time. Mari, who's driving her car ahead of you, is being pretty chill about things. Every so often you see her glance in the rearview mirror at her, or at you. And your phone vibrates. And then it vibrates again and again, rapid succession. Many messages coming through, almost like you just hit a cellular area after being in a dead spot. What do you do?
What's going on with my phone?
So you pull it out of your pocket. Pull it out of your pocket and you look down. There are several messages. 911, emergency. Where are you? Messages from Hank, one of your cohorts at Enrico. Messages from Lisa, who's you don't really work with her much, but she's in your phone because she's kind of an emergency contact. You have kind of a buddy system as far as checking in case people go dark, on not on purpose, but on, if people disappear. Several other names pop up. There's a few text messages from Amelia, who brought you into this situation that you're in now, and then was recalled back to Onryo.
Yo, man, eyes on the road. Do you need help? You need a hand with something?
I'll set the phone down and just keep driving.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
As you set the phone down, you hear it buzz again, and even though you're looking at the road, your eyes dart over, and you see a voicemail has come through. And we're going to skip forward a car. In the car in front of you, Mari is also white knuckles on the steering wheel, although she's gritting her teeth. She looks angry. She looks mad at the situation. Under her breath, every so often you hear her mumble something about, you didn't have to kill those people. They weren't vampires. Why does this happen every time? Moving forward a vehicle in this kind of beat up old van, in the passenger seat this time. Peter, you're just looking at Ray looking away from you. That strange glowing sigil that appeared almost embedded, scratched into the iris of his eye.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the blood on his arms and the scratches that were made by the vampire slowly just disappear. The blood remains, but the wounds themselves heal up. And he looks down and he kind of lets out a weird little laugh. Like, not quite unhinged yet, but that was maybe pushing things a little far. And now he's watching his flesh knit itself back together. And he tilts his head. and the van begins to accelerate.
Hey, wait, where are you going?
It's 5 over the speed limit now. 10 over. Kind of starts slumping forward. His eyes are open.
Ray, you there?
Now remember, you all do have earbuds in. As he begins to slump forward, you're hitting 15 over.
I'll try to like shake him a little bit.
You shake him and he's kind of rigid. He's not loose and unconscious, but he's not responsive. And you do notice that his hands aren't gripping the wheel any longer. They're kind of starting to slide down. The pressure of him pushing forward is pushing the hands off the steering wheel. Behind you in the SUV, Billy, you see Mari's car lurch forward, and you glance up and you see the van is well in front of Mari's vehicle now. You hear in your headset, what did Peter say?
Ray, are you there? Ray, wake up, dude.
Yo, Pete, what's going on with Ray?
I don't know. I'm going to read.
I'm going to say, if he's not responding, pull up on the e-brake.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. This isn't like a normal vehicle. But his
That
hands
shit
dropped.
neutral.
As you are watching this, in front of you, Billy and Dee, there's the taillights of Mari's car are starting to get further away from you. You can see her leaning forward a little bit. She shouts something into the mic, kind of crackles a bit. You're pretty sure she's like, "You need to get him under control."
Well, so his hands dropped off the controls on the steering wheel.
Yeah, so they're kind of like, his thumbs are actually kind of latched in that like crossbar, and so they're still kind of stuck up there. But as she shouts this, there's a flash of light. There's just this strange growing light that you notice. Actually, both Billy and Dee see this on the side of her car, and it's not until the collision happens that you realize what's going on. It was so fast. You're processing all of these things at once. A very large pickup with like one of those scoop grills on the front just smashes into Mari's car. Dee, I need you to make a driving check.
Okay,
So let's do Dex driving. Or you can do composure driving.
I'll do Dex driving. Let's see.
And actually, Ed, if there's anything that you think Billy could do to help this situation, I'm completely open to suggestions.
What's the situation that Ryan and I are in? Like,
At
why
the
is he making a driving check?
At the speed you're going, it is likely you will hit Mari's car and this truck, which have come to a rapid and violent stop in front of you.
I'm just gonna grab, because you're driving the thing, right? I'm gonna grab his cell phone from where he put it down on the center console, just so that doesn't become a loose projectile.
Okay, I like it. Just make I feel like just calling it double Dex. We'll just do a Dex check.
One success.
All right. You grab it. It's in your hand, but it's maybe a little loose. We'll see how things go. What'd you get for your driving check?
I got 3 successes.
Nice. Billy, you hit, like you reach forward, you grab it, and all of a sudden there's just that sudden gravity of being slammed forward against the seatbelt. It locks. You're looking at the dashboard, waiting for the airbags to deploy. There's a screeching of tires and brakes that in your vehicle is so much louder than the crunching of metal that's still going on as this truck smashes into Mari's car. And then you stop. The truck in front of you, the windows are blacked out. You see the brake lights change from red to white, and it begins to lurch back. You can hear the rending of the door and the frame in between the front and back door of Mari's car as it rips the back door off. Begins to back slowly away. Begins to turn to follow the van.
I'm gonna draw my weapon and shoot at the tires.
Okay. While you make a dexterity firearms check, I'm going to skip forward real quick to the van.
Yep.
Which is increasing in speed. You're going maybe 55 now. And
I thought it's... okay.
And you want to throw it into neutral? Is that what I...
No, I'm just going to reach over and press the brake, because this isn't like a foot pedestal vehicle. Remember, I don't have legs to drive this. This is the hand. So I'm just going to reach over and start pulling the brake.
Totally. Just do a, let's call it either strength or dex. You just roll twice, whichever.
Okay. One natural 10. The rest are failures.
Okay. You reach it. It's kind of hard to get to him. Like you're in, it's not right there. And so you're kind of trying to reach across, but you do manage to reach over to it. You're slowly starting to push down the brake, and you can smell the brake pads begin to kind of heat up as he's continuing to push the gas.
I mean, I'll get his hand off that as well if I can.
So as you do that, lights in behind you start to filter in through the windows, reflected off the rearview mirrors and everything. You hear screeching of rubber and maybe metal, and then a gunshot. What did you get?
Got 5 successes.
Nice.
Bang, bang.
And Ed, what is Billy doing?
Billy is yelling into his headset to Mari to get in the SUV.
Okay. Nice.
And D, if you're not going to drive, move over.
You muted.
Yeah, I'll keep driving.
Okay. Are you so like do you roll down the window and like fire and drive?
Well, so kind of like they crash, I brake, they begin to back up, I go out the window, start firing before, my intent was to fire before driving was necessary.
Yeah.
And then I would drive, and if I needed to, continue to fire.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
if D is driving and there's still something to shoot at, I will lean out of my window and do my part.
all right. Also make a firearms dexterity check for me. Sure. And you do hear the popping and hissing of the passenger back tire as D takes that one out.
2 successes on mine.
Your shots go a little wide of the tires, but you do plug like the side of the vehicle as it begins to turn, and rubber kind of peels itself off of that back tire. D begins to accelerate following this vehicle that isn't quite as able to take off as it was. Up ahead in the van, it's slowly coming to a stop. You see Ray just staring off. You look in the rearview mirror and you can see what's left of Mari's car is smashed up against essentially like the side railing of this road you were on. You weren't on the highway or an interstate, but you were kind of on one of those roads leading to it. And so there were some like safety rails, and it's just smooshed into this rail. There's this large pickup with a like the grill guard on the front. You can see the flashes of fire from the guns behind you. What do you do, Peter?
Okay. Well, shit, I'm going to try to pull Ray out of my seat and see if I can get to the vehicle.
Sure.
Or to the controls.
So let's call this... I won't have you do a check if you just want to, like, you just reach over and you throw it in park once it kind of rolls to a stop. And then you just take the time to do it. But if you want to do it fast, I'm going to have you do a check.
I don't think he could do it fast with his physical capabilities. It's going to be a slow effort.
Yeah. Him. Okay. What are you going to do with Ray?
I mean, I'm just going to pull him in the middle and drop him there right now. I don't have time to worry about him.
Sure. All right. So you move him to the middle. You just kind of like drop him. He rolls. He doesn't even like grunt, but his eyes are open. He's staring. His mouth is moving. Looks like he's saying something to someone, but you just don't have the wherewithal to really pay attention to it right now.
Yeah.
Behind you, there are vehicle lights getting closer. You hear gunfire. Billy and Dee, what are you doing?
What did Mari end up doing?
You don't see Mari get out of the vehicle.
All right.
And she hasn't responded.
I'll say, as I'm like accelerating past her car, I'll say, check on her. I'll slow.
What do I see?
You look over, you see mangled metal twisted in upon itself. You see some blonde hair just catching the street lights. It looks like she's partially in the passenger seat, and you're not sure if that's because she put herself there, if she moved over in time to avoid getting hit, or if she's been moved there from the force of the collision. She's not moving.
I don't see her moving.
I need to there's too much going on. There's too much going on. Can you triage heal? Do you have any medic training?
No, but a little bit. I mean, I can make some shit up.
Yeah, I mean, just these people aren't going anywhere fast. Do you want to chase them and I can take care of her? Or do you want to? We need to.
Look, you take this. I'm gonna hand the phone back to Ryan.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on Mari before we get too far away.
All right. So go ahead.
If he gets out, then I'm gonna slam on the gas. I want to try and further disrupt this.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So Billy jumps out. The sounds of sirens in the distance draw attention. Like you start looking around just to see if the cops have already been called for what just happened. But you're listening and they're too far away. They're not coming here. And if they are, they're not going to be here soon. You look into the car and Mari is definitely partially pinned by this crushed door. There's blood on the seat. And you can smell gas. It's not pooling under you. You don't think it's a big leak, but there's definitely some danger of that. And there's the revving of the engine of the SUV as it speeds away, trying to get to this truck, which is not moving quite as effectively. What do you intend to do, D, as far as following the truck?
I'm gonna try and come up against the tire there's no rubber and kind of fishtail the truck out, flip them, or at least stop them.
Okay, nice. We're gonna call this. Jeremy needs to get his dice out. We're gonna call this a contested roll as opposed to you having kind of a DC. Go ahead and do a driving dexterity for me.
Don't forget your free hits that Bull purchased.
Yeah, I've never used one of those in this game. I will use one.
All right.
And
mark it off.
I have 5 successes.
As you push the gas down and accelerate up, you've been in situations like this before when you've been deployed, not necessarily super high danger situations, but like some chase events. And so you've kind of let instincts take over at this point, and you just drive up on it and you hit the truck. And Billy standing there looking in the window, you hear this collision, you glance over and you see the truck begin to like turn. It's turning its passenger side into the front of the SUV as D is forcing it from its original course. In the van, you've managed to move Ray out of the way. You get yourself settled in. Are you staying there? Are you driving away?
No, I think at this point it's drive away. I'm going to lead these guys away if we can, or I can't let him get Ray while he's unconscious.
Okay.
He'll say over that as he starts driving.
I think you hear Billy, by the way, just sort of mutter under his breath, "Nice pit maneuver."
Nice. As you... Excuse me, sorry. As you begin driving away, as you say this, you see the blinding lights of this truck shining in your rear view mirrors begin to kind of like veer away. And then all you see in the rear view is the side of this truck and sparks coming off the back of it as the wheel well is essentially just eating into the pavement at this point. I am going to have you do a driving check for Peter to get out of the way.
All right. Let's see. It's not a lot of dice. I will spend one. Going to get at least one success here from one of the frees.
Nice. Use them up. That's what they're there for.
Yep. Wow. I rolled 2d10 and got a 9 and a 10.
Nice.
Plus the 1, so that's 3.
Okay. So sitting where you were, you realize you were kind of on a incline, and looking at the edge, if you had kept going, Ray was going to drive you right off this road. And so you realize this and you just hit the gas, you turn the wheel, you drive into what is oncoming traffic, but there's not really any traffic in this area right now. You can see some headlights down the road coming this way, but you get out of the way, and D, you just drive this truck over the edge. You don't see, again, any reactions from inside. The glass is all super dark, and it's not a super steep incline, but it does catch the side of like the wheels catch and it begins to roll. Dirt starts flying up around it. Go ahead and make a driving check, D, just to make sure you don't follow it over. Not a super difficult one.
I got 4 successes.
Quite easily, yeah. You know when to stop. There's a screeching of tires, and then just this crunching noise as the truck rolls downhill. Back at the car, what is Billy doing?
Is Mirror responsive?
She hasn't responded, no.
Yell at her, poke her, nothing?
She seems to be breathing, and she kind of stirs a little bit, but more in a very disconnected, confused kind of way. Her eyes are closed, but you notice her brow kind of furrows, and you can see a bit of pooled blood under where she's laying her head.
Okay. Tell me about, you said that she's at least partially trapped. Tell me about what's pinning her in place.
So looking down, you can see the side of her car is essentially what's holding her in place. It's been folded down over her, or rather it's kind of been tacoed, and so the lower half is holding her leg in place. It'd be her left leg, the one closest to you.
Does this look like metal on flesh, or did like the side impact airbags deploy, or what are we looking at here?
If I remember correctly, Mari's car wasn't really a side airbag deployment kind of vehicle. A little older, not maybe top of the line. So it doesn't look like there's anything protecting her from the metal and all that, no.
So the thing that I'm worried about is
Oh wait, did you have the car and she was driving the RAV? Did I have that backwards?
I think she was driving her own car.
Right. What do you drive, Billy?
I drive a retired cruiser.
Oh, maybe she does have a RAV. Let's do, does she have airbags? Yes. You do notice that there are some deployed airbags within the vehicle.
Okay. I'm a little worried about coming off of that crush injury, but I want to at least try yanking some of that out of the way to see if I can free up a little bit of space for her.
Why don't we do an athletics strength check?
Okay. Single success.
Single success. The door is pretty well folded over. You reach in and you try to kind of pull it away just by brute forcing it, and it's just not moving. You do glance over as you're doing this, and you can see that it's not like the chair that she's in is holding her, like her leg isn't in between the chair side, but it's more like just the top of the chair. There's enough pressure holding her there that you can't just like push her away or pull her out. But you do realize that the chair itself, the cushions and such, could probably be cut out around her leg. It would take a little bit of time. It really depends on how long you want to stay here.
I don't know if I have anything to cut with. I think I want to do two things. I'm going to call 911.
Okay.
Emergency services. And I want to pop the trunk and see what she has in there.
Peter's coming back up this way at the moment, right?
I'm sorry, what was that, Jason?
Peter had turned around and is heading right back towards the crash.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be stopping there.
So
yeah,
as,
I'd also like reverse back towards them.
Gotcha. So there's more light as you head to the back of the vehicle. It has sustained enough damage that the back has popped open. It is not like hanging open, but you see that the latch is actually just like cracked it open. And you open the back of the vehicle up. What do you think Mari has back there? Since she's not here to answer, but
I think that she has probably at least 2 folders of homework assignments that need to be graded.
probably, right.
But knowing her, probably also like her latest haul from skinning off the top of the chemistry labs, and maybe another couple of bits and bobs. I know she really enjoys tinkering.
Right. Yeah, you notice that there is the container that she had created her little magnesium bomb with. Still has some left in the bottom. Not nearly as much as what she used. It wouldn't do what happened to that vampire that you saw. But actually, I guess you were outside. You did not see that happen. You don't feel like it would be super effective, but it is a thing. So there is some magnesium in there, and there's some homework that needs to be graded. There are some various chemicals that you don't really have time to go through. You see that they have like their scientific labels on them instead of, written out in English. And it's just like not in your brain right now to figure out what everything is. So you just kind of grab everything.
Yeah, and like while I'm doing this, I would imagine that I'm like literally on the horn with a 911 operator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of trying to multitask here, right? And I'm more interested in just sort of rattling off in probably a very practiced way, that there's been a motor vehicle collision on, look around, see the street signs, corner of this, that, and the other thing. One car immobilized, passenger trapped inside, fire risk, send emergency services, ASAP, just sort of going through all of that. And Lord knows I'm not doing chemistry in my head while I'm trying to rattle all that off.
Absolutely.
What are you looking for, Bailey? What do you need?
I'm not responding to Peter while I have 911 on the line.
Totally. You're like, I'm looking for the heavy firearms.
Looking for the shit that'll get her in trouble.
Right? As you are bathed in a sudden flash of red light from the taillights from the SUV as it stops just up the road, you glance forward. You've been looking in the rearview mirror so you don't run them over, obviously. You glance forward, and climbing up the embankment are 2 shadowed figures. There's light coming from behind them that's kind of keeping their features hidden from you at the distance that they are from the vehicle.
Okay. I will put the car in drive.
Okay.
And I will drive at them.
Okay. Are you like flooring it, or are you just like Sunday driving it?
Probably in between.
Okay.
I don't know who these people are, and as long as they were like presenting an active threat, I didn't like they are like it's whatever, but I'm also not just gonna like run someone over.
Yeah, you see it's just like a little boy and his mom. They were just out for a walk.
No, I mean I want to know I also don't want to put myself in a position where I've over leveraged,
Right.
like myself. So hitting someone at 20 miles an hour is pretty good. You don't need to be at 60. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll give them something to do and see if I can't get a fix on who they are. I also throw on my brights, like real suddenly, and see if that can't catch them. And then I'll say we need to get out of here, like in our head, over the headsets.
So back at the car, Billy, you're standing there. The red light kind of floods you for a moment and then flips to white and back to red. Actually, sorry, it was white when it came to the back. Yeah, it would have been reverse. Flips to red, and then all of a sudden starts driving away again. And you hear over the speaker, even though you're on the phone, you still hear it. And Peter, you also hear this, and you notice the SUV start driving forward again. Ryan, let's do another driving check for D. I'm going to do 2 rolls because there are 2 folk over there that you're trying to run over.
For the first roll, I got 1 success. For the second roll, I got 5 successes.
So one of them, as you start getting closer, one of them looks very human until it like sneers at you and you can see its elongated incisors. There's a certain menace to its form, not necessarily to its stance, but as it does this, it seems to kind of maybe grow a little, and then you just plow straight into it. The one next to it, however, was back just a little ways, and you swear it just had like black eyes and its jaw was like kind of dangling. But as it moves, you see it's not dangling like it's unhinged. It's just like roaring open so wide with all of these jagged teeth inside. And it jumps up on the top of the SUV. So you hear the thunk on the top as you hear thump, 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 thump as you run over the other. Back at the car, this is all very audible. What is Billy doing?
What kind of response did I get from the operator? Are we done here?
So, at first it was just like, 911, what is your emergency? And you're kind of used to that kind of blasé. Over time, you just get deadened to people's trauma, but your efficiency seems to have sparked the same in the person you were talking to, and it sounds like somebody has been dispatched in your direction. They should be here within 5 minutes. Please don't leave.
You got it. Click.
As you finish up the phone call, what is Peter doing?
Can we get her into the car?
No, she's pinned. Emergency services are on their way. ETA 5 minutes.
I don't know if we can wait that long here.
No, if you're mobile, stay mobile. I need to make my way back to you.
All right. This number will be dead. Number 5.
How many burner phones do you have?
Oh, it's not the phones, it's the Sims.
Gotcha. And then do you stay where you are, or are you driving away?
Do you want to come with, or you going to stay with her?
No, I'm moving in your direction. I'll
right.
probably take one last glance at Miri and her vehicle, and then just start hoofing it up the street towards the disappearing SUV and the, I think, stationary van.
Yes, the van's actually like pretty close to you at this point, and has turned around and is actually facing the opposite direction. You can see Peter in the driver's seat near you.
Yeah, so I'm looking to run up to the van and get inside.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it drove up next to you. Remember I was yelling at you.
Yeah.
So you head over, you run around the vehicle, open the door, you look, you see Ray's leg is still kind of like half propped up. It's like the foot is resting against the center console as he's just kind of like spread oddly at an angle in between the passenger and driver side seats.
Yeah, what the actual fuck?
I don't know. He just started talking to himself and passed out somehow. I don't know.
Shit, we can't leave him. I'm gonna try to help get him out of Pete's way.
Sure. Yeah, so you move him out of the way. Are you putting him like in the back of the van, or you just gonna lay him on the street? It's also a viable option. Just saying.
Is Peter like trying to drive as we are doing this, or are you sitting
Oh
there?
yeah. No, once you get in, he starts driving.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to buckle him in if the vehicle's moving. I'm just gonna lay him down in the back.
Okay. All right, so
D, you good?
We'll see.
so as
I'm
you
gonna-
start, sorry, so real quick,
Okay.
names have once again escaped Jeremy's brain. Peter,
Mhm.
you begin driving essentially the way you came. There are several different roads you can turn off of. What is your destination as you drive away?
Right now, there is none. Right
Okay.
now is just driving and getting away from this area. You know, he'll probably be taking some back roads, cutting stuff, just to see if anything seems to be following.
So
And
D,
then, well-
go ahead.
Come up with a location after.
So D, in the rear view, you can see essentially this has gone down as you're kind of glancing around, looking for the person you ran over. You're looking up, watching your windows, and you see the van begin to get smaller in your rear view. What do you do?
I wouldn't probably wait to do this.
Okay.
So I am, when I hear the thump thump, right? I then immediately throw it back in reverse.
Okay.
And hopefully hear another thump thump.
Right, you do.
And I, continue to reverse. Where is the one I didn't hit?
The one that's on the roof.
Is it on the roof, or did it climb onto the roof, or did it?
Oh no,
on
it jumped.
the-
It jumped like up in the air and disappeared, and then you heard it thump onto the roof.
And when I immediately lurch backwards,
Seemed to
still
stay.
there.
You didn't hear it.
okay, where is the nearest wall?
Let's say that there are because you were heading towards one of the interstates, and so there's like that cement retaining wall not too far away, maybe 600 feet.
No, he's not suicidal, and he has no idea what's going on. He's gonna fire the gun just randomly up through the roof.
Okay, go ahead and make a firearms dex.
And at the same time, like try and like do a 2-point turn, right? Like get control of the car, like whip around, shoot, and then pull back down to put it in drive to then be driving forward.
Actually, do a awareness. Is that what it is? Yes, awareness wits first.
Awareness wits, you betcha. Awareness, wits. I'll use one of the successes.
Okay.
And then I got 4 more successes on top of that.
Okay. And now do your firearms dex.
Firearms, dex. That one is 4 successes.
Okay. So this steel has entered into your resolve. There's this very inhuman threat. You're not firing at potential humans. The shakiness from earlier in the bowling alley has fled, and you look back and you just think about where you heard the noise and it hasn't moved, and so you aim at that and you pull the trigger. You hear stumbling, like some thump 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 thump, and you start driving away. So you hit, let's see. You hear like a louder thump, and then like the sliding of something on the roof, and you see a hand in the back window of the SUV as it like kind of hits, but then you hear a rending noise. Something has caught the metal of the roof and it tore a little bit, and then the hand disappears, goes back up as you start
It's on the
driving.
roof still, I think.
I'm sorry, what's that?
So I think it's still on the roof.
You do think it's still on the roof, but you are pretty sure you hit it.
Okay. Instead of looking for the nearest, you said I was near the highway. Am I near an underpass?
Mm-hmm.
How much clearance is there?
For an underpass?
Like, is this like pretty deep, like a pretty main thoroughfare, or is this like more like a smaller side street that doesn't have a lot of?
Let's let the yes, no, maybe die decide. Is it a smaller street? Maybe. That's not helpful. Gonna re-roll that one. You're looking over at it, and it looks maybe a little too tall, but you're not 100% sure. Like if you're trying to scrape them off the top.
I'm going to drive this thing towards the high. I'm just going to go towards the highway
Okay.
as fast as I can.
All right. As you speed down the highway, you see the exit, or the entrance onto the highway, the exit from the road that you're on. There are some cars on it. It's past rush hour, but not busy enough to be like the late night club traffic and all that stuff. You're kind of in a lull. There is some traffic. What is your plan?
My plan is to. I mean, I have no fucking clue what these things would do if exposed to a bunch of, visibility on the highway. But I imagine a bunch of people seeing something holding onto a car driving highway speeds is going to cause some ruckus. But primarily, I'm trying to get it away from the completely incapacitated, unconscious person and the package. So
Okay.
I'm mostly just trying to drive away.
All right. So as you
go
ahead.
I am going to use the Bluetooth feature of my cell phone to listen to the voicemail as I'm driving.
Okay. We'll come back to you. In the van driving away, the scanner's on, and you start hearing reports. Yeah, we've got a report about some gunfire. They give nearby cross streets that you were just at. Apparently there was also a either a hit and run or some kind of vehicular collision. If we could get a couple units out there, that'd be great. The package. Dead. Not even a minute later, you hear, yeah, we're getting more reports now. There's someone driving with someone surfing on the roof, apparently, down the interstate that's nearby. And so you're listening to this, you're kind of getting updates along with whatever D is telling you in the headset.
I think the sort of hit of hearing himself talked about on the radio sort of kicks off that sort of OPSEC reflex that Peter's always bugging him about. And Billy's like, oh shit, right, I gotta pull the SIM from my phone. So he does that and snaps it right in half, tosses it out the window.
Peter actually sort of smiles a little bit proud.
How do I do what's the thing for a factory reset again?
There's probably a button on your phone.
Whatever, I'll do that later.
So where are Ed and Billy taking Sid? Sorry, not Sid. Ray.
Right. So Peter's looking for a car wash first, electronic car wash.
Yeah, you live in this area, not necessarily this area, but you live in the city, you know pretty well the places you would go, and so you head that direction.
Yeah. We gotta get the smell off of us.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. But at the same, while you're doing that, I want to see if I can get Ray here to wake up. Probably gonna, get out, sort of kneel over him, check his eyes, maybe try to give him some air, some water, or something like that. But I think all we've really done so far, right, is just kind of jerk him around a little bit. And I want to, now that we have a tiny moment to breathe, see if I can get him conscious or at least figure out what's going on with him.
There's some water back in the back if you want it. The bottle's on the left, not the ones on the right.
Your left or his left?
My left.
All right, so as you work to revive Ray, driving down the interstate, you can hear the sliding around of this person on the roof as you are kind of... Are you speeding? Are you...
I mean, well, let me just take it by, would I speed? Maybe eventually. I don't think I just immediately floor it. I'm trying to get a sense of what this thing is doing and is capable of, and what its intention is. Is it would it rather stick on my car, or is it gonna try and chase the other vehicles?
Okay. You go under another underpass. You can hear the sliding around on the roof. You can hear it moving. It's slamming on, trying to get a better hold. You go under another underpass, and the sound just stops. You look in the rearview mirror. There's no one on the interstate. There's cars driving behind you. A couple of them have been flashing their lights. And then you notice that they pull back further. They don't stop, but they react to something. All of a sudden, some of the vehicles pull back.
Okay. Where's the next exit?
It's about half a mile that way.
I'm gonna take that.
Okay.
I'm gonna accelerate to that.
As you go for it.
Try and get there faster.
as you speed away from the cars behind you at the car wash, Billy has Ray kind of propped up. Ray's eyes are open and his lips are moving. He's talking and you're not really sure what he's saying. What is Peter's intention at the car wash?
So he's got some special soap, and he's going to spray the car down and put the soap on it. He thinks it'll get the scent off of them so the vampires can't track them.
Gotcha. So this is like a not
A
necessarily
paranoid delusion.
right, but it's not necessarily like the kind that you drive up to and like park and then it like pulls your car through. It's
And
more
he
of
also
the-
wants to be under one that's got a ceiling
yeah.
in case there's like, helicopters or whatever looking
Totally.
for us.
Yeah. As Peter gets out this soap and begins sudsing up the van, there's this kind of weird, fruity yet acrid smell that fills the air. What are you doing? Sorry, Billy.
What kind of success or lack thereof am I having with Ray?
He hasn't come to. You don't feel like he's in danger physically. You're not seeing there's some blood on him, but he's not cut. He doesn't have any injuries. He just seems to be dazed and maybe a little delirious.
Are you still like talking to himself? Is it like mumbling or is it like clear, but I just don't understand it?
It's kind of mumbling, but why don't you do an awareness wits?
All right, 2 successes.
2 successes. It's actually you can understand, well, you can hear words. They're not in English.
Okay. I'm going to pull up the voice recorder app on my phone
Nice.
and stick that into like Ray's shirt pocket or something like that, and go out and help Peter.
Here's a question. You took the SIM card out.
Yep.
Does that stop your apps from working? I don't actually know that. Like Jeremy doesn't know that.
I couldn't use anything that like required like a 5G connection or
Right.
anything like that, but just for a sound recorder.
Yeah,
I
so you're
wouldn't
just
expect that
essentially
to need
creating a
network
file
access.
on your phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so you plop your phone in there, and then what were you doing after that?
I'm gonna help Peter wash the car because the sooner we get this washed, the sooner he'll come back to reality.
Okay. Listening to the scanner, you've heard that. Excuse me. It sounds like an ambulance has arrived on the scene of the crash, and a woman has been or is being taken to the hospital.
Did they say which hospital?
They did. You know.
Did they give an indication that Billy would understand of her status?
Yeah, you get the feeling that she is they think she's critical but stable. Like she's definitely sustained some pretty heavy injuries, but they aren't as worried about it being a life or death situation. It did take them some effort to get her out of the vehicle.
Okay.
Driving up the exit off of the interstate, you exit into a kind of a quieter area, mostly residential. You push play on the voicemail. It's Amelia. And she says, "We've been burned. HQ is no longer safe. In the background, you can hear gunfire. You can hear roaring. It's weird, unearthly screaming. She sounds quiet, like she's whispering. I don't know if I'm going to make it out of here, so I need to send you a file. There's like several tense moments where you're waiting for her to say something. And then you hear something drag by. And then she breathes out. I don't know how far this is spread, and I should have told you before. But the file will explain everything. And then the line goes dead.
Okay. I'm gonna go further into the residential area. Like, fine, because it's... You said, what time of night is it?
It's getting, we'll say it's about 10:30.
Yeah, so I'm not going to go like, I don't need to go down like 50 side streets. I want to actually kind of remain close to a main road, but like take a couple turns, turn off the car. I'll take the keys and, yeah, I'll take the keys and I'm gonna walk like I'll like find the nearest like 7-Eleven or like Wendy's or something like that, and I'll have an Uber pick me up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a text message to one of my contacts, which is from my before life, you know, basically it says like, hey fam, shit got real in Santa Cruz. Meet me tonight or tomorrow. Can anyone meet me tonight or tomorrow? Yeah.
Okay. How would Amelia have sent you this file? You got the feeling it was digital. It wasn't a physical thing, but it wasn't something that likely would have been sent to your phone.
I think that there would probably be let's see, there would probably be like, because this is a tech firm, right? Like that's the cover.
Yeah,
right?
well, so Onryo is a tech firm. Right. They just also are a crisis intervention that...
Yeah, I think that there would probably be like... probably would just be sent to like a work laptop that is on a VPN.
Okay.
You know, I mean, and so like you can only access the email when you're on the VPN, and he wouldn't have it with him in the car. It would probably be at his apartment.
Okay. As you wait for your Uber to arrive, the heat of the day is slowly starting to drain away. Back at the car wash, Billy, you're scrubbing away with this soap. You're not really sure what's in this soap. It kind of stings your eyes a little bit, but it also kind of smells delicious. It's really weird. And as you hear, the fuck? Where are we?
Is that Ray?
Yeah.
Yo, Ray, welcome back.
Why are we at a car wash?
Getting the smell of the vampires off.
The smell of the vampires? What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you only worked with that amateur organization. After you kill a vamp, you got to make sure you don't leave a trail.
Well, give me some of that. He walks over and starts like lathering up.
No, I got different soap for that.
Oh, that kind of burns. Oh, get this off. Get this off. What is Billy doing?
Do our comms work at the range that D is at?
No.
No.
Yeah, he's gone.
When he went on the highway and we did not, that was the end of
Yeah, you got a little bit of him being all like, get the fuck off the roof and stuff like that. But other than that, it got like kind of crackly and faded away.
Yeah, we were real worried about you, Ray. You
Yeah, you passed
Right.
out while driving.
You know,
kind of
sorry, go ahead and then I'll tell you.
no, you kind of conked out, and I couldn't get you to wake up. You're just kind of spouting some gibberish to yourself. I'm real glad that you're back with us. I was worried about you.
Yeah, I feel fine.
I mean, you didn't get bit by the creature or anything, right?
I mean, its teeth scratched my arm, but
I mean, that shouldn't have knocked you out.
Well, shit, help me and Pete finish this thing so we can get out of here. I don't know what's going on exactly with Miri and D, but we got to get to a place where we can regroup and plan our next move. And the fucking car wash, it ain't.
No. I think we need to find a hotel for the night because you guys drove that other guy right to my place earlier, so it's probably burned.
I mean, whatever you think's best. I'm just I guess I'm just along for the ride.
Oh man, don't talk like that. You're in this now.
I mean, yeah, look, I said I wanted to be, but I was not expecting that. That was some like next level shit. That was definitely not a level 1 vampire.
This is why you
Sure.
listen to the professionals
like-
instead of those asshats that tried grabbing you.
No, this is my point. Like, are you a hunter or are you a football? You just want to be passed around,
just a
or do you want to
bartender.
be part of this?
I just want to go back to work. I just want to live my life.
Dude, you're not. If you
Good
go back
luck
to
with
work,
that.
you're dead.
I mean, I won't stop you, but like, that won't end well for you. It really won't.
Yeah, let's just take this one step at a time. Let's get this. This is still burning a little bit, so let's get the rest of this off. You should probably have a warning label on that or something instead of just putting it in this milk jug.
It's
Like,
homemade
it's got the
stuff.
material data safety sheet in there somewhere.
As
It's got to be strong. Get rid of the smells.
yeah, what is the smells? What does it smell like? How do you know?
I don't, but they don't follow me back to my place after we kill them normally.
Fair. Okay.
So it's worked so far.
So as the
I
three
love
of
that.
you,
I love that it could just be entirely bullshit. You know,
right?
Oh yeah,
it's just like the best.
he's paranoid. If it keeps working, he's going to keep doing it.
Right, exactly. It's perfect.
So as the three of you finish washing the van free of the vampire pheromones, maybe, or scent,
Or the rats from the bowling alley.
right? And and Ray manages to save most of his skin. It is maybe a little blistery, but for the most part, he manages to get it clean. We're going to go to break real quick. It is already that time. So if you're watching, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Please hang out for the next, we'll call it 5 to 7.5, maybe 3/4 minutes. We'll be super fast with this one. Unless we're not. But we'll see you when we get back. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. Great to see you. Speaking of being seen, in the shadows in between streetlights, not long after fairly heavy SUV. I'm not 100% sure I said that wrong the first time, but I feel like I did. Not long after a large SUV drove away, but a while before the flashing lights and sirens of fire trucks and police and an ambulance arrive, the crumpled form unbends itself, the cracking of bones resetting, shuffles itself upright, looks around, sighs, mutters some choice curse words under its breath, and lopes off into the darkness. Meanwhile, in an underpass, protected from the street lights nearby and the only flashes every so often of the cars underneath, a skittering form makes its way to the edge, into the shadows where the lights don't quite reach, and waits for an opening to escape without being seen. Down the road from that, waiting for an Uber, we find D. D, what are you doing while you wait for this Uber?
Where am I waiting?
I think you said you went to a gas station, didn't you?
Yeah. The closest convenience store or restaurant, like fast food restaurant or whatever. So is it like, if it's I'm going to be, gonna try and be like in like a well lit area, and I'll probably go to the bathroom, wash my hands, kind of like straighten.
Gotta get the smell off.
Yeah. Like run some water through my hair and not try and process, like compartmentalize as much as I can and be in that full, like, an op has just gone wrong. What next scenario? Kind of mindset. The text I sent was to a former, like he ran with a gang like before joining the service, and so it's like to the old gang. They're out of Oakland.
What's their name?
They're a name that I don't know.
Come back to me with that.
I think it's in the character sheet somewhere. But going through kind of like his training on like Black Ops stuff, if he were to be in a situation where his team has indicated that they may have been compromised, he's going to assume that they have been, and be trying to figure out how to go to ground, get this file, and potentially like, well, did he have any like instructions from the company of like, in case of ultra emergency, do XYZ, or go to Washington. Here's a branch that isn't in the same, in the Bay Area.
So the main HQ is between. It's it's just outside of San Francisco, just south of it. So, you know, a few hours away at least, depending on how fast you're driving from where you are now. You know it is very well guarded. And that is usually if you are in danger, go there. However, there are safe houses that are closer, and I feel like there would be a doomsday scenario, like if HQ were overrun or something, you know, like there are some meeting locations, some of them are safe houses, some of them are actually like businesses fronts. They're you know, like a post office and stuff like that are actual, like they do business, but they're set up for contingencies.
Are you suggesting that the USPS is set up for contingencies?
No.
Just
No.
I think that he would.
Stamps.com is, but not USPS.
I think he would go to his. Well, I mean, he doesn't live in Santa Cruz, so like he would be going to the nearest safe house, or if there isn't one, he would be trying to find like a hotel, like he'll like Priceline Express it.
As you're like scrolling through your phone, it vibrates and a little message pops up. You're in Santa Cruz? This is from your contact.
Okay. Yeah. I'll say yeah.
You haven't. Sorry, my power just flickered. You haven't seen this, have you? And there's a link to a CNN article.
What's the article say?
You follow the link, and in very large, bright colors, there is a photo, several photos, and some aerial footage of the Onryo HQ. Very futuristic looking building. Think not the Avengers Tower, but the Avengers Complex in the movie. You know, kind of a campus, and there are just flashing lights everywhere. The main building is just engulfed in flames. Looks like something. This is currently happening.
He'll respond and say, like, no, I haven't seen it yet. May or may not be related.
Sorry, my power keeps flashing, and not 100% sure I'm not being haunted. But that being said, he texts you back. Be safe. Let me know where to find you.
Okay, I'll say thanks. It'll be nice to catch up. And then I'll just try to find a place to stay.
Okay.
I'll also send a text to. I think I only had. I think I had.
While you're thinking about who you would send a message to, make a wits awareness check for me.
Two successes.
So you watch this video, you message back your contact, you go to message another contact to whoever it is that you're trying to think of who to get a hold of to get yourself out of this. And there's something about the video that just was like weird, and so you like go back and you're watching it, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing what it is about the video that's unsettling, until you realize that like some of the shadows, the deeper areas that are outside the firelight, outside of the flashing emergency vehicle lights, Some of the shadows are moving, like they're oozing away from the building. And then they slowly reveal just normal night darkness beneath as they disappear.
Okay. Yeah, I think I have Billy's number. I have a number for Billy, but I don't know if it's the one that Billy's currently using or if they burned it. But I'll just send a text that just says, gonna get some rest. Dropped the tails. How are things?
As you send the message and you wait, never goes to delivered, it never says delivered. You're not sure if he's using a service that would ping back and let you know. And so after waiting for a few moments, you just kind of shrug it off, and you'll get a message back when you do, and you go back to looking for a hotel. You manage to find one that's within walking distance, or you can continue waiting for your Uber and go further away.
I'll wait for the Uber.
Okay.
I've already ordered it. Yeah.
So a small black sedan arrives. There's a college student, maybe? Wow, that kid looks young. You're not 100% sure you want to get in that car. You open the door. Fairly clean inside. There's a certain, stank to it that you can't quite place. He's like, hey, man, where you going? You didn't put an address in to drop you off.
Yeah. What's your name?
Phil.
Does that match what the app says?
It does.
Okay. I'll say, yeah, take me to the Hilton Garden Suites, over there.
Oh, yeah, hang on. He puts it into his little app, and the map pops up, and he starts driving away. Meanwhile, back at the handy-dandy car wash.
Yeah.
What's
Hey, Bill,
going on?
I got an idea where we can stay. You're not going to like it, but this is going to be the safest thing we can do right now. It's going to be off the grid. Just give me a few minutes.
Share.
All right. Peter's going to get out the phone, number 5. He's going to call up some of his buddies where he has resources with Criminal Enterprise,
Okay.
and call up Angel, who put him in contact with some of the people that he gives stuff to.
Fair.
Hey, Angel, I need a place to stay. My place is burned tonight. Can't go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sorry. I was just turned in early. What do you need?
I need a place to stay where cops and stuff won't find me.
How far are
Where
you
I can
willing?
hide my van.
How far are you willing to drive? Where are you?
Santa Cruz area.
Okay, hang on. You hear some typing.
And if you can get a hold of the Nostrinos,
Sorry, what was the last part?
it's Nostrinos,
I don't know.
the drug gang.
Oh,
I need
gotcha,
some
gotcha.
muscle.
Oh, that kind of situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any favors you can call in?
Well, tell them I can make some of the specials for them.
Oh, yeah. I thought I heard some talk coming down the line that they were looking anyway, so that might work in your favor. Give me
I need them to watch somebody at a hospital for me.
you got a number I can text you at?
Yeah, I'll give him this new one.
I'll send you an address. Just be by your phone, and I'll make some calls.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, Billy, so you noticed that sorry, I almost called him D. Ray. Ray's, pretty calm. Every so often, he's just kind of like, man, I should have just let that vampire eat me or something. And just kind of mumbling to himself. Seems a little annoyed at the situation, but seems to be holding together all right. What are you up to?
Talking to Ray, I'm going to say, hey man, you got my phone right there. Could I have that back?
Oh, sorry, man. It's in the van. It fell out of my shirt when I got up.
Oh, gotcha. I'll go retrieve that.
It's still recording.
Okay. I'll take that sort of back to the beginning and play it for Ray. Like, this was you when you were out of it. Does this mean anything to you?
What am I saying?
What are you saying?
I have no idea. I was saying this?
Sounds like you done it.
Kinda. Is that what I sound like?
Trust me, this is you.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Given a bad dream or something?
There's a moment where the look on his face goes a little blank, like he's thinking about how to respond to that. Maybe I don't know. It was confusing.
Okay. I mean, if something comes to you and you want to talk about it, I've seen weirder shit this evening than long
kinda
time. So
Laughs when he says that.
No, man, I'm all right.
okay. Yo, Pete.
Yeah.
What are you and your gangbanger buddies up to? What party have you signed us up for?
I'm getting us a place, man. I'm also trying to get some muscle to watch over Mari at the hospital.
That is a really bad idea, dude.
Well, I don't want those things coming after her there. Better them go down than her.
You think they're gonna be able to just like sit in a waiting room and like, what, act low profile?
I don't give them any trust at all. Like, they may have people working there that puts air in her bubble or in her IV. Like, I'm just
And your idea of a solution is a drug gang?
That's the only thing I got right now because I can't go there and watch over her.
Okay.
You got a better idea?
You were a cop, weren't you? Isn't that what you said? Can't you just go in there?
I mean, yeah, I absolutely could. Though I'm afraid I might meet some folks that might not be too happy to see me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you people have any friends? Apparently that aren't like drug cartel people or something?
I'm sensing a little hostility from you, Ray. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the van?
The van.
Here's the thing. Good friends get killed in this line of work.
Oh my god, stop.
Well, I don't want to
You're
be
so
your good
grim.
friend.
Yeah. Hence why I'm asking the cartel to watch over than us.
What if I just leave town? Like, I could just pack up, I'll go home and get my stuff and just go
Yeah.
east.
If you go anywhere where you've been before, they're going to follow your ass.
Peter was on the other side of the country when he first ran into this shit. I don't think leaving town is going to solve this for you.
Yeah. And,
Well, I am all ears if you've got a better solution.
well,
I
one,
think
we
we
don't.
should-
Go ahead.
I think we should call D. We know where Mari is. I haven't heard from him since he was speeding off onto the highway. I broke my phone. I have no fucking idea what Pete's doing with his. But if we can reach out,
No, I'm
we
waiting
need
to get an
figure out how to
address.
get back together.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get an address before I send him a message because honestly, I don't trust his group. Their stupid intel is what got us into this trouble in the first place. This
Pete,
is
your
why I say
phone dings.
we should do our thing. Okay.
You
Hey, 1 sec.
you look. There's just an address. It doesn't have anything. In fact, it doesn't. It's unknown sender that comes through.
All right. All right. Well, let me see if I can get a hold of D. I will. You still got that card from me?
Oh, this one is a business card.
Yeah. That's what he gave you earlier with the number, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll call that number.
D, your phone rings. Unknown caller. Did you say something? Sorry.
Yeah, I said hello.
Okay.
Sorry. Hey, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just tucking in for getting to the hotel. How's everything there? Everyone make it home okay?
Well, Maury's in the hospital. The rest of us are about to go somewhere else. You
Yeah.
sure you want to be at a hotel?
Yeah, that's fine. You know, I mean, I already booked it, but
I can't get my money back, so I might as well.
I'm glad everyone's okay. I was a little worried about Ray. Sounds like I might be looking for a new job. I don't know if you've seen the news.
No, we've been a little busy.
Check it out. Really look over. Really look it over. I think you might find something interesting if you dig into my former employer.
All right. This is a big
Yeah,
change.
dude, just drop me off here. Just drop me off here. It's
Are you
fine.
sure?
Don't need. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll walk the rest of the way. I could use the fresh air.
This is
You
like
sure you
the
don't want
third
us to
time
pick
he's like
you up?
past the entrance. He's just like, I know I could get. Oh no, there it was. There it was. Sorry, we'll get it on the next turn.
You sure you don't want us to pick you up and get all together?
When I get out of the car, and I can feel like I can talk a little bit more freely without this college kid, I'll say, actually, I think all of us in one place, no matter how secure it is, may not be the best thing right now.
All right. Well, we're gonna go lay low a little bit.
Yeah, that's great. I really want you to look at this footage from CNN, and I can't really quite. I think that you might have the eye for it.
Well, he'll give him a .ru email address.
Okay.
Send it there.
Okay.
Don't
Sure.
you dare hang up that phone before you set up an opportunity for us to debrief.
Yeah. We'll call him Mamar.
Okay.
It'll be from a different number. This one's going dead after I'm done talking to you.
Okay. I'm at the Hilton Garden Inn, and you can find me under Jose Cuervo.
No. If I were you,
I used my real name and I put you as contacts just so you can.
No, he'll have. I'll use one of the names I have a passport of. Yeah, it'll be Jose Garcia.
Are you getting rid of this phone?
Oh,
No?
no, I'm not paranoid like you are. I don't believe that they found us through our phones. Let me just put it that way.
He just shakes his head.
Peter, you hear a little bit of static over the line.
Yeah, I gotta go.
All right, so as you hang up,
Pull the sim.
Ray's like, so where we going? We're meeting up with him.
No, he's gonna stay in some hotel. He doesn't think it's good for us all to get together.
Well, can't
Honestly,
he
as
just...
stupid as he is, he's gonna get us killed if we. He ain't even getting rid of his phone.
Can't he just like
It-
call Amelia and have her like air vac us out or something? Don't they have like
He
helicopters
said he
and
lost
shit?
his job or something.
He lost
There's-
his job?
I don't know.
What kind
We've
of
been
horse shit is this?
We'll find out once we get to the place.
I'm going for a walk, and he just kind of like steps out of the stall that you're all in for the van. He doesn't go out of your line of sight, but he does kind of wander off a bit.
This is why I told you not to listen to him.
Because staying with a bunch of drug cartel people is better than staying in a Hilton Garden
That's
Inn.
right.
But he didn't tell you where he was staying. There was an intentional reason he didn't tell you.
What's Billy doing through this?
I think Billy takes a long, hard look at Peter and steps out and lights a cigarette and starts walking after Ray.
So Ray isn't like going too far. He's just kind of like walking a circle around. So you can kind of just, rather than just like walking opposite in the circle, you just kind of go
I'm
out.
gonna like try to catch up and be like, "Hey man, do you mind if I walk with you?"
Oh yeah, that's fine, I guess. Sure. Do you need something?
I got it right here.
You know, I quit, but can I get one of those?
Yes, you can.
I owe you one. He bums the light from you, takes a big draw on it, holds it for a good amount of time, and then exhales. So what now? I go into some kind of like witness protection from vampires program.
Honestly, this isn't quite answering your question, but this reminds me a lot of when I lost my job or when I quit being a cop. There was shit all around me. And it was like everybody was on the other side and nowhere did I feel safe. The difference between like now and then is that like now there are like a few people that actually seem like good fucking people that I can trust. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna do, but like as weird as Peter is, like I do think he's gonna try to come through for us, even if he has fucking weird taste in friends. I mean, I guess I'm one of those, so...
You see he was about to say something, then he just nods.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think we need to stick together. I hope you'll give us a shot.
Well, I can't really do any worse than that corporation, can I?
Yeah, what was up with the thing he was hinting about? Shit, do you have like, do you have your phone? I had to break mine.
If I remember correctly, he does still have his phone. He'll pull it out, hand it to
What's
you.
the news have for Onryo?
What's I don't even know how you spell that.
It's Onry. It's just you wing it and do crisis management. You'll hit something.
Oh shit, that's a big fire. And he like shows you,
Fire?
and there's just this like massive conflagration at their headquarters. You see dozens of fire trucks, just like lines of water trying to put this out. Ambulances all around. You do notice that most of the activity seems to be on the firefighting front. There don't a lot of the other first responders are in like a holding pattern, for lack of a better word. Like there is, looking at it, you're like, they probably would never be sent in there until that fire is put out. Like there's no, you don't see anywhere that isn't on fire, essentially. Yeah.
If they're even like still around, they're gonna need like a big dose of their own fucking medicine. That crisis management shit. You get why I was gonna say D's weirded out. I feel like that doesn't give it quite enough gravity. God damn. Yeah, we gotta get a hold of him.
As you're watching, a new headline comes up under the video that you're watching. It says, Onryo CEO and founder Akari Ito found safe in Los Angeles. And then there's like a article link below it.
I don't know. What do you think of this, Ray? Is this like a coincidence, you think?
I mean, I don't know her. Does she go to work? Is she like a typical CEO? Is she just like on vacation all the time? If so, why is she vacationing in LA?
Oh shit. We're probably not gonna figure it out here. Let's finish our cigarettes and finish this walk and find what freaking hole Peter has for us to crawl into.
Takes another really long draw, holds it, throws most of the cigarette is gone, but a little bit is left, tosses it on the ground, crushes it, exhales, lead the way.
On the way back to the van.
As you get back, Peter is currently doing what?
Probably listening to the police scanner, getting a few things organized in the back of the van. He's got his emergency laptop out that doesn't even have a battery to it intentionally. He just has to plug it in to power it.
You
That way, you know,
you haven't really heard much on the scanner. There was like a cleanup that was called for as far as the wreckage of Mari's car. And there's currently APB out on not only the truck, which there's like some video footage of it driving up to that intersection and then hitting Mari's car, but like the footage itself, it seems like was pretty limited. So they got like a partial plate off of it. So there's APB out on that. And there was plenty of reports for the SUV that D was driving. So there's an APB out on that as well, if nothing else, to find out why someone was surfing this vehicle down the interstate.
okay.
But as far as other things, there's like a couple of break-ins, some like assault and battery and stuff. You know, just kind of typical nighttime stuff. So
Okay.
as the
right.
two of you, or as Ray and Billy join you we're gonna cut over waiting inside the hotel. Did you go into the hotel?
Yeah, I mean, you cut away, but he would have like booked a room and yeah, gone inside, probably showered. Started trying to kind of figure out kind of next steps, what, how he's going to get to. Well, I mean, he's probably keeping up on the news, and keeping in touch with his contacts, and then also trying to figure out how the fuck to get this file and how to not get killed in the process.
So as you step out of the shower, you glance out, and same aerial footage is going live, so it's not like identical, but you also see in the bottom a ticker that says that Akari Ito was found safe in LA. They're starting to report deaths, which are in the dozens at this point. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just... Oh. Yeah, I think I'd honestly just try and, be in kind of that, I'm going to lock my doors, like prep for, a quick exit, and try and get what sleep I can, because I don't know the next time that I will be able to.
Your phone dings as you are kind of like settling in. You look over, there's a text. It's not even a text. It comes through kind of like a software message instead of a message sent to you. It says, check in. Someone from Onryo is on the other end of that. It's kind of a company-wide anonymous Overwatch?
It says check it is what it says?
Check in.
Oh, check in. Like as a command, or as this is someone checking in, or please check in?
More of the second one without the please.
Okay. Nope.
You're not 100% sure. You've never known whether or not this, like, it's part of like the protocol, but you've never really understood if there's a person on the other side of this, or if it's a computer that sends out after like so long. You're above your pay grade, so you're not 100% sure what you are looking at beyond it's the protocol that, like, when there is a breach of this level, that those survivors are supposed to check in.
What would I need to do to check in?
In your head, you hear Peter's voice, "Don't do it." You realize that you're slowly becoming as paranoid as he is. Or rapidly.
Yeah, he was never not paranoid. He was a fucking spook. He just wasn't like an insane crack addict about it. Right? Like, it's not like he'd done a bunch of meth for 6 years and then had figured out like how to be paranoid.
It wasn't meth, it was just bathing in that soap.
Yeah.
Probably bacon soap.
So I mean,
and what do you think the check-in would look like?
I would imagine it would just be like acknowledgement of receipt through some text line or something. I won't.
Okay. Your
For
phone
now.
blinks out as the timer goes, like it times out, the screen goes black. As you sit in the quiet of your room, relative quiet, watching the news every so often, turning it up to hear what they're saying and then turning it back down so you can focus on other things. Pretty soon you see a scene with Akari Ito. She's on the screen. She looks a little disheveled. And so you like reach over and you turn it up real quick. And she's like, this is unprecedented. We don't know what is going on. We don't know if it was a fire within the building or if there is some kind of attack on us currently going down. We do, my company specializes in interventions of various. She thinks for a moment. There's like that word hanging in the air where you're just like, supernatural, just say supernatural. And she's like, problems, and we're not really sure what's going on, but thank you for informing me, and I need to go check on my people. And she like goes back. It looks like she was in some kind of like corporate gathering, like a not an Onryo party, like you're looking and you don't recognize the people that she's interacting with, but it looks like she was at some kind of shindig, essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and turn off for now.
All right. So you turn off the TV. What are Billy and Peter and Ray up to? You've got that address.
We're driving to the address at this point. Yep.
Okay. What do you think that address leads you to?
Oh God, it's going to be like a horrible part of town.
Okay.
Some rundown building.
Is it a house? Is it like a warehouse or a old business or?
Probably a warehouse.
Okay.
They probably got some business that they do here. They're just kind of, like some small quarters in the back.
Nice. Yeah, so as you walk in, Billy, you actually recognize the smell, having been on a few raids in your time. Before you were on Vice, you were on some various teams that went in and raided, drug labs and stuff like that. And so like the smell hits you right away. You're just like, oh, okay. And you walk in and there's definitely like equipment around, but you're not seeing people, you're not seeing product. Seems like this is not being currently used. But everyone except for Ryan don't. Go ahead and just do a wits awareness. Holy moly. Geez, Sid. What you rolling like crazy for over here?
Does he have more than 4 dice now?
I did roll 4 dice, because that's what we were agreeing on when I didn't have his sheet. So I got 4 successes. Also 4 successes
for Billy.
Okay. You do notice as you're driving in, there are people throughout the neighborhood that you just like key in on as you're driving in. You're like, oh, there's a lookout. There's someone. You're definitely not alone here.
Oh,
you don't see
Peter was
anyone.
actually counting on that.
Yeah, and you don't see anyone in the building when you go in, but you know that there are nearby. We'll call them protectors. I feel like maybe Peter feels a little bit more that they're watching over you than maybe Billy does, but that's up to what Ed thinks Billy's feel. Ray is just like, shit. What do you do?
Drive in, put the van in the warehouse.
All right, so as you get settled,
Yeah.
Ray gets
Anyways,
out. The
grab
hell
a
is that
sleeping
smell?
bag. Chemicals.
Right. Right. Do I need to, like, not light any matches in here or anything?
Probably wise if you want to smoke outside.
He grabs one of your sleeping bags. Just anywhere?
Well, I mean, I haven't looked around, but I bet they've got some cots in the back.
He'll stalk off that direction, mumbling to himself.
Hey, Billy, they got some people out there that'll be watching over us. It actually probably is a good thing in case we got trailed somehow.
All right.
The most convincing all right in the history of all rights.
Yeah, I know you're not super happy about this, but this is as far detached from us as normal.
What'd you get out of D? Are we on track to meet up in the next day or two?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a hold of him tomorrow. He's got something he wants me to look at tonight. I gotta get some Wi-Fi somewhere, and
Yeah, I was looking at the news with Ray. His those Onryo folks, their HQ is in like absolute flames right now.
I mean, they made themselves a giant target.
Anyway,
It's why we stay small, right? Harder to squash all the small little bugs than one giant one.
I want to take a minute. I don't know if you want to do it right now or in the morning, but some shit that that we did, I think went better than could have been expected.
Yeah.
But some of that, like, some of that I was not prepared for.
Yeah, it's my
Frankly, the shit with the insects and the vermin and just the way that darkness seemed like it was coming out. I've seen a lot of weird shit, but I never seen anything like that before.
yeah, that was a new one to
And-
me.
I need to get your take on geez, I don't know. Part of it is like where we go from here. Yes, right? But I'm just also thinking about the next hunt and I want to go into the next one better prepared.
God, yeah. Well, you shouldn't have let those Onryo assholes dictate anything.
I don't think this is on them, man.
They kept pushing, and Ray went with them. If we wouldn't have went in there with them, they'd be all dead. But yeah, you're right. We need to be better prepared for this shit. We didn't know what was in there, and they were going in hell or high water.
From the room where he
One
walked
thing's for
into,
sure.
you hear Ray.
Sorry.
You know, voices carry. You guys are not increasing my confidence.
How's this for confidence? Those folks that wanted to turn your blood into some kind of anti-vampire weapon, every single one of them has bigger fucking problems right now.
You see the door just kind of slowly close. Click.
I mean, might actually be good for him if they destroyed everything in that building. Hopefully their notes on Ray are gone. If they didn't get it beforehand, if they were smart, say it quietly, they would have got everything they had and then burned the place.
They're really not the ones that I'm worried about. I don't think it's Onryo that sent that fucking pickup into Miri's car. I don't think they were the ones that
No.
Dee was trying to run down in the SUV. I don't think they were the ones that set up shop in the bowling alley. I think you need to take a minute and remember what it is we're here to do. Your mind is in like a million places, and I need you focused on what we're here to do.
Yeah, we're here to kill fucking vampires.
That's right.
I'm just saying that. I'm not saying Onryo sent those after us. I'm saying the people that infiltrated Onryo got all the details from them. They had notes on me. They had notes on you. They had notes on Ray. If I was going to take out a place, I'd take out all that information first and then burn it to the fucking ground. I think the vampires took these assholes out.
I think you're like 3 or 4 what ifs deep. I think you need to touch grass.
Well, ain't anything for me to worry about. I'm not working with Onryo, so we'll find the next vampire. We'll put its ass in the ground. We just need
That's what I wanted to hear.
Lay low for a few days and let some stuff blow over. But I got to look at that whatever D sent me tonight. I heard the thing you were playing back to Ray. It sounded like you recorded him earlier. Can I have that?
Oh, yeah, sure.
See if I can translate it or figure out what he was saying.
If you do have a spare SIM that you can hook me up with, otherwise I'll get one later. But for now, this thing is just a iPod.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Original iPod.
Just let me have the recording for the night.
Do you hand the phone over?
I do.
All right.
I'll go find some office that's probably got internet or whatever nearby.
So you head over to an office, kind of a squat building within the building. Ray's camped out in one door. You can see in the very faint light that's filtering through the window. He's curled up, but he just keeps like kind of moving, turning around. He's obviously awake. And looks like the smaller of the two offices. Next to it is a larger one that you head into. You flip.
I'm assuming they probably got cameras.
You're looking around. Make a awareness wits check for me.
Okay. Wow. 5 successes somehow.
Nice. You look around and you spot them fairly easily. They are definitely not your run-of-the-mill, security cameras that you would expect in a building like this. They're much smaller and more expensive. They're just looking at them, you feel like they're probably on their own private network. And there's no way for you to tell whether or not they're on for sure, but in your gut, you know that they're on. Like there's no blinking light on it. Do you try to turn the light on?
In the office? Yeah.
There is power. Turn the light on. It's kind of run down. You notice that there's not really much in here. They definitely removed a lot of the things that would make it seem like a legit business. It's just kind of gutted, but there is a desk, like a heavy metal blackened desk, scratched up. The top is not only worn from time, but you can see chemical burns on it and such. And you head over there, you put your laptop down. What are you looking for?
Well, first he's going to VPN into his Russian VPN.
Not even gonna make you do a check on that one. I feel like that's the thing you do.
Yeah. Then check the email that D sent.
Okay. So there's a link to a CNN article. Has some live footage just playing. You also notice that there are some other headlines that have built up over the time. There's some death tolls. You can see some of the articles have been updated as they go. You see that sorry, now I forgot her name. Akari Ito is alive in LA. She was at some fundraising gala.
Peter immediately goes, "That's a coincidence, sure."
And you notice that there's several videos from like the last couple of hours, essentially like the aerial footage and some ground footage of the fire and interviews, news reporters. So what are you looking for?
I'm just watching this footage that he said that he wanted me to check out.
So the link, the link itself actually goes to an older video, not the live one.
Okay.
And so you click through it and it brings up aerial footage. Make a wits awareness.
Okay. Let me see if I can keep rolling well with that.
Right?
Wow. 4 successes.
Excellent. Even though you don't know it, you have a similar feeling to what Dee experienced. You're watching it and there's just something weird about the footage. And it's not until the super saturated blacks on the screen begin to ooze away from the building that you realize you couldn't see. Like, you just thought it was shadow at first. And then there's like a bench there that you can see now, and there's some trees. And over here there's like a is that a pickleball court? What is that? And it's all really faint in shadow, but it was definitely covered by something. And then it's just gone. All of the black shadow is now various bits of gray pixels.
Much like we saw earlier in the bowling alley?
Very much like that. Yes.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll make a note of that. And then I'll hit up like Google Translate.
Okay. I was waiting for it. All right. So are you like trying to listen to the words and then type them in, or are you gonna like play
No, I'm using
it?
the audio for
Okay.
the mic. Yeah.
I'm gonna have you do a roll for this.
Okay.
You're gonna do computers is technology, right? There's not a different one for it.
Correct.
All right, so intelligence technology.
Right.
Sometimes I
Pretty
get
good at
lost
that.
in the list.
Two, three, four, five, 6 successes.
6 successes.
Yeah, I got 2 10s.
You like get it all set up. You're like, you actually kind of like tweak the audio a little bit, make it a little clearer, and you're holding it up and it comes up. It's actually Swahili, which you're just like, what? And as the words come across your screen, it says, "May your blood burn like the sun." And it's just repeated over and over. He was just mumbling it
Okay.
like a mantra. but there's something weird about it, and I need you to do a awareness wits again.
Okay. This is probably where it's going to fail me.
Right.
I'm going to spend one of the auto successes just in case.
Nice.
That would be 5 successes with the auto success.
It is not. Sorry, it is not Ray's voice.
Okay.
It's very muffled, and you're not sure who was caught speaking in this recording, but
Okay.
it is a feminine voice, kind of husky, but whispering over and over is this voice that is not Ray's.
Okay.
In
Wait.
Oh, sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
I was about to say he'd start. This would probably push Peter down like a rabbit hole overnight
Okay.
of like searching up Swahili mythology, symbolology, deities, whatever, right? Like,
Nice. I love it.
they probably get up in the morning and he's got the office like, strings from paper to paper about Swahili gods.
Nice. So, as you set to work trying to solve this puzzle that has settled in your mind, what is Billy up to?
I think Billy's gonna give Peter just sort of one last reminder, like, hey, the SIM card, if you can.
Oh yeah, I'll get that shortly.
And
And the energy, as you poke your head in, his energy is frantic. It is very. You've seen Peter like this before when he goes down rabbit holes, and he's just like wheeling around, like moving things, drawing on the wall, moving some, like he's found some paper and he's written on that and like pinned it to different things. You don't feel like he's going to remember.
I'm looking for a break room.
As you start to walk away, Peter's going to go, oh yeah, can you turn off the blue button in the van? We don't want that on here.
What's the blue button?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah, I do.
That's the blow up the van if I tell it to button, or if someone tries to mess with it.
Okay, so you want me to push the blue button?
No, turn it off.
Next door, you hear, wait, the blow up the van button is already on?
Yeah? You've seen it. It's like a little up-down switch. It's got a blue light underneath it.
Okay. I will put the blow up the van button into the off position,
Okay.
and then look for a break room.
Sure, yeah, there would be a separate area, pretty run down. It's like up a flight of stairs, and inside you open, there's like an ancient Mr. Coffee pot.
Store.
It's like that like avocado green of whatever decade that came from, and has so much grime cooked to the inside of the glass of the can or the carafe that you're at first you thought there was coffee in it. You look around and there are actually like there's some filters and there's some various cans. There's like some Folgers and some Maxwell House. You like grab the Maxwell House, it's empty. And there's like a couple bags of like Starbucks.
We making coffee.
Okay. As you make some coffee and Peter falls down the rabbit hole and Ray just tries to get some sleep. In the dark of his hotel room, Dee is trying to fall asleep as well. You've got your eyes closed. you're trying not to listen to your thoughts and figure your way out of this tonight. That'll come in the morning when you wake up. You need some sleep to be able to think about this clearly. And your phone dings again.
Okay, we'll look at it.
It's a voicemail from hours ago.
I'll put in like an earbud and listen to it. So only like one earbud is in. But yeah, I'll listen to it.
At first, you're not really sure what you hear. It just sounds like static, maybe, or some kind of loud roaring noise. And you think you hear screaming, but it's faint, far away from whatever the microphone is. You hear soft breath. And then Amelia says, "They know about Ray. And they know about you. I'm sorry." And then there's a smashing noise. And she's like, "No!" And she gets up and you can hear her scuffling. You can hear fighting. She's struggling against something. And then the roaring gets intense. You pull out your earbud and you flip it over to the phone to just let the phone speaker play it. And it's just this crackling of the mic or of the speaker of the phone. You can hear Amelia screaming and then a clatter. And it seems like the motion has stopped and her screaming gets quieter. And then over the next minute or so of the message, you hear that roar just get louder and louder, and then starts to distort the sound coming through. And then it just clicks off. And that's where we're going to end this week.
Da, da, da.
Hooray.
Great way to go to bed.
You're welcome.
He's like, oh, all right. Good night.
All the love. How's everybody feeling?
Peter's feeling pretty proud of himself. His paranoia has kept him alive.
I mean, I can't say he's right, but he's not necessarily wrong either. He hasn't been proven wrong, so there is that. You're all gonna find out there actually is like vampire pheromones that they like spray on you. You just never noticed it. You can't smell it.
I think Billy's he's grateful for big victories and small victories. To the best of his knowledge, everybody in his crew is still alive, and he found a coffee maker that he gives better than even odds of producing something potable.
Totally fair.
Dee's actually feeling. I mean, as much as like the company he worked for is now everyone's fucking dead and that's terrible. It was just the company he worked for, right? Like that's kind of his mentality, and he's lost entire units. Like he's thankful he's alive, and he's I
In
think
a 5-star hotel.
I don't know that it's a 5-star, maybe 4-star, but it's a hotel, and he's, I think, feeling like he's needing to like gear up for like round 2 and try. Yeah, he's just so he's feeling okay. I mean, he didn't die when vampires attacked him, but so that's a plus,
Right?
I'm just
Pulled off
hoping-
some very fancy driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to do the thing that he's good at doing, though.
Nice.
Does anyone have anything that they want to share that they have coming up in the near future? You, not your characters.
Nothing from me, I don't think.
Okay.
Just the standard stuff we do every week.
Yeah. This coming
Sure.
week is a little quiet as far as games go. We have Daggerheart on Friday, Jason. Hooray!
Woohoo.
where we'll be playing in Daggerheart. We'll be playing Castles and Centaurs, which I'm looking forward to. Ryan, also, sorry for looking at the screen. I'm just like, Daggerheart. Oh, also Daggerheart. And then Wednesday, we have an episode of For the Horde of the Dragon Queen at 1 p.m. Eastern. That is our flipped script of the Tyranny of Dragons, where they were playing the cultists, trying to bring back Tiamat, not the hero adventurers who think it's bad to bring back the Goddess of Dragons. Pfft, weird. Thank you all for the pupper treats. I have now added... See, another one has come through, so her pile is ready for when I go downstairs. She was hanging out with Jamie tonight, so good to see. What's that?
I loved her in the Knott's voice last night.
Oh, that killed me. Watching all of your faces was just really priceless. I'm gonna need to. I feel like I should clip that when I put it on YouTube. Saying. You can follow all of these fine people at their socials, which are in chat. Also, you can head over to the channel's socials. They're WH Pubs at pretty much everywhere. Give us a follow. And then, if you want to see everything that has been broadcast before, head to YouTube. It's all in our playlists over there. Give us a follow. We're trying to get to our 500 follower goal by the end of the year. We'll see if it happens. If not, there's always next year, right? Hopefully.
No. If we don't hit it, everybody has to go make another Google account until we get to 500.
There we go. Why didn't I think of that? All right. Thanks, everybody. And we will see you next time in 2 weeks for episode 8 of Hunter Bad Blood. We're going to raid out. So thanks so much for joining, and we will see you next time. Bye.